Welcome, Annie Collins here for the Paper Sweeties. Today we're going to create this mini slimline card reading Have a Tweet Day. Let's go over our products that we use. From Paper Sweets, the Sweet Minis, Have a Happy Day. This stamp set contains 3 images, is a wreath, a bunny, and a little chick here, and the sentiments that can read Have a Tweet Day or Have a Happy Day. We'll be using the wreath and the little bird. I'm also going to be bringing in the Sweet Cuts Scalloped circle frame dies, and there's 3 in a set. We're going to use the middle one. We're going to bring in our silver cup flowers from Paper Sweeties for embellishments, and Doodlebug Designs 6x6 Rainbow Petit Gingham and linen paper pad. I went ahead and stamped everything and cut it all ahead of time. I did some tone-on-tone stamping and coloring here on our birds, so I brought in some Memento ink in Cantaloupe, Pear, Tart, and Teal, Zeal. I did some Copic coloring with our birds and it made everything blend nicely. And I did our wreath and I colored in some of the little flowers and the little eggs that are in there. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and move everything to the side. This card is going to be a 3x6 card. So this is about an 1/8 of an inch smaller than my layering cardstock, and then my card base, which is a 6x6 piece of white heavyweight cardstock, which is 110 pounds. Then I scored at 3. I cut my scallop circle frame twice out of heavyweight white cardstock, and then once out of the gray linen and gingham Doodlebug paper. So I'm going to go ahead and add here our pattern paper onto this layering cardstock, which is 65-pound layering cardstock, and it's like a pale green. It matches that Pear Tart. It's just a shade lighter than the Pear Tart, but it matches close enough. I'm going to adhere that on there, then I'm going to adhere that card front to our card base. This goes pretty quick because it's quick and easy little minis. So, and this stamp set makes it super easy because everything's here for quick and easy cards. I'm going to adhere our scallop circle to the center, and now the frame is raised up where the center is going to just lay in flat, and I'm just going to make sure it goes in the correct way. And once I have it laid in, I press it in place, and now I can add our wreath that we stamped and colored, and I went ahead and put our sentiment that reads tweet in the center. I'm using some foam adhesive. I'm going to line this up in the center and place it down. So now I'm going to bring in our little birds, and I want one towards the bottom here and one towards the top. Now if you're wondering why one of my birds, how I got my birds facing each other, I did some mirror stamping, which I stamped onto my gel press, or jelly plate, you can call it as well, and then I pressed my paper onto it, and then I have a reverse image. So I'm going to remove the little legs off my blue little bird here because it just looks weird. He's flying with his legs down. Birds usually fly with their legs tucked in. So I removed his little legs so he looks, you know, like he's flying in the air. And now I'm going to go ahead and add my rest of my sentiment. And I was debating whether or not to put a little bit of that same green layering cardstock behind the sentiment, and I chose not to. So I was going to adhere it straight to the card. Then I decided to use some foam adhesive instead, so that it all reads as continuous. So the sentiment is all continuous there. So I'm going to put the have a on up here towards the top left, and the day towards the bottom right. So now we have our sentiment in, and now we're left with putting our embellishments, which is going to be our silver cupped flowers. I'm going to add 3 right here on the bottom left and 1 up here by the bird. I'm going to put those, use some liquid adhesive to adhere these little cups flowers here. If I can get them all to stay and not on my fingers. It takes me a minute just to fiddle with these. Once I have that, our card will be complete. This card came together super quick. Excuse my head for being in the way. came together pretty quickly. The images are small and they're quick and easy to color, doing that tone on tone. Made it even simpler, used minimal coloring, and it came together, like I said, really quick. So thank you very much for being here. Don't forget this is part of our hop, and don't forget to hop along with the rest of the design team for more inspiration. Thank you so much, and I hope you found some inspiration here today. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the products one more time just in case. I used this Sweet Minis Have a Happy Day, the Sweet Cuts Scallop Circle Frames, and the Doodlebug, a paper pad. But I will have everything listed in the description box below. Thank you so much. Have a good day.